Hello and welcome to another episode of From No Crypto to No Crypto. This is the Crypto Coach, Blockchain Wayne, with another cryptocurrency podcast. Today's episode brought to us by Concierge Club, mobile private key wallet, and point of sale solution, helping to make crypto safe, easier, and overall process more efficient while costing less, helping to take crypto mainstream. Today's episode is also brought to us by the Cryptocurrency Conference 2020 to be held in New Orleans in spring of 2020. Stay tuned for more information on the Cryptocurrency Conference. All right, so what I want to talk about today is a platform that I haven't been putting out a whole lot of content in this podcast and other things I do on social media lately, and really focusing on dialing in and creating a full cryptocurrency education platform. And here's my reasoning behind it. So many people come to me, especially when crypto's hot, or people start hearing about crypto. It comes in waves, whether the price is going up real fast or down real fast. People typically reach out and want to know more about it. And the biggest question I get all the time is, where do I start? And, I put out a book last year. It's a very sharp book. It's on Amazon, the same name as this podcast, From No Crypto to No Crypto. And it's just a beginner's guide. And it doesn't have a whole lot of education in it, but it points you to a whole lot of resources that you can utilize. In fact, being a year later now, some things have changed in the space. I actually need to go in and update some of the things in that book, just take some things out that are no longer valid. But because of that, I thought, okay, this is what we need to do. And I started down the education road. And I realized that so many people don't just need to be pointed in the right direction, they need to be led. So started the podcast just to keep people that are plugging in to slowly increase their knowledge on cryptocurrency, blockchain, and what's going on in the space. And the evolution of that is going to be to this educational platform that people will be able to join. It's called Unchained University. And you can even visit the website now, www.unchaineduniversity.com. And right now it's really just a capture page where you can enter your email address. That way, those early supporters that get on our email list, and trust me, I don't like to send out a lot of emails, so you won't get a whole lot of spam, really just updates on the platform. And you'll be able to take part in some specials that won't be offered ever again whenever we go to launch that platform. It's a full educational platform that's going to have built-in cryptocurrency rewards. So not only can you join and learn more about cryptocurrency, blockchain, from the basics of what is it, how does it work, how do I buy and sell it, all the way to trading strategies and charting and many different things. It's going to be a combination of videos, PDFs, quizzes, and anything and everything in between, along with live webinars and also the option to go back and watch recorded webinars. But they'll have crypto rewards tied to the platform. That way, as you learn, you can earn. So it's something I like to call proof of participation, which basically means as you learn, you will earn cryptocurrency. And a percentage of all member fees that are collected are going to be into a fund, right? So you'll be able to redeem that cryptocurrency for value. And also at the same time, through some of our corporate sponsorship partners, you'll be able to redeem that cryptocurrency for different products and services within other companies. So just creating a whole ecosystem just to show you how the process works. Anybody can create a cryptocurrency. That's why there's over 3,000 of them right now. I say 3,000. I mean, it could be more, but let's say most websites stop between 2,000 and 3,000 as far as the ones they list, as far as your cryptocurrency market websites. But the whole thing around it is, does it have value? Does it have demand? Does it have a use case that people will want? And that's what derives value. If tomorrow people said, I don't trust the US dollar anymore, period, its value would go to zero. You wouldn't be able to buy anything with it. So a lot of this is built around trust, and then also the demand. The thing about cryptocurrency, instead of a fiat currency where the government states this is the value, and they're basically just mandating what the value is, cryptocurrency allows the free markets to decide. Why was Bitcoin 3,500 at the beginning of the year? Why was it 14,000 a couple months ago? Why is it down to 8,000 now? The free market decides, right? And that's going to get a lot more stability as more implementation and uses start to happen and more people start to use it and accept it. There's going to be a little bit more stability, but the opportunity is now. Within that volatility is opportunity. Now is when you want to learn crypto. You don't want to wait, until it's mainstream and every store in your town accepts Bitcoin or some sort of cryptocurrency, and you're just learning about it. You've missed the opportunity. So that's the premise behind Unchained University. It's going to have many courses, webinars, and it's a platform that's going to start out with a decent amount of content to consume, and then we're going to build on that and build on that as you grow, and also focus a little bit not just on education, right? You can know, face it, we've got all the information we need out there. You just need to, most people just not only need to be led, but they need some kind of incentive to learn, and they also need to change your mindset. If you missed out on great investment opportunities in the past because of fear or because of lack of understanding, realize that those same habits can prevent you from doing that again. So it's not just you need to learn about it. You can know everything in the world. I mean, there's a lot of professors in college that teach, business management and business administration, and they've never run a business. They never started a business, never run a business. So you can know everything you need to know, but being able to actually do it is different. So sometimes it's our mindset we've got to fix. We've got to figure out some habits that are changing us. So it's going to be, cryptocurrency education, blockchain education, trading education, but also it's going to be mixed in with some mindset and paradigm shift information to change our thinking. Because the same thinking that may have got us into our current situation is not the same thinking that's going to get us out of it. We've got to change. We've got to evolve. And knowing more is not always necessarily best, but knowing more and being able to identify how to pair that with action is what's going to happen. So this platform is going to reward you not only for plugging into the courses and actually doing it, but also taking action. Certain things that you may send in, whether it's a screenshot of a wallet you set up or a screenshot of a purchase you made, no matter how big or small, of crypto, or a screenshot of a send and a receive, to where you understand the process, you're actually doing it. Those things are going to elicit some cryptocurrency rewards, and then from there, we'll continue to build that platform, build our corporate sponsorships to where people can come in and not just learn about cryptocurrency, but they can learn about any kind of market, any kind of other investments, or anything else you want to learn. Unchained University is a platform that is going to continue to evolve over time into keeping you in the know of what's going on. So I'm not just going to create a bunch of courses and then be done with it. It's going to evolve. New things come out, new technologies come out. Let's face it. I mean, one of the most lucrative cryptocurrency investment you could ever make in your life may not have been created yet. It possibly could have in the several thousand that are there now. But as technology evolves and as new things come out, that can happen, right? Think about when Netflix came out, it was a new technology. Blockbuster was known by everybody. There was one on every corner, and now where is Blockbuster? Blockbuster is gone, and Netflix and streaming and some of the other services have completely killed that industry. It made it obsolete. Now, when Blockbuster was at its peak, nobody would have told them. I mean, if anybody would have told them that they wouldn't last another 10, 15, 20 years, or a new technology was completely wiped them out, they would have laughed in everybody's faces. In fact, they laughed at Netflix when, there was an offer by Netflix for Blockbuster to buy them, and they laughed them out of the office. And where are we at today? So my whole point of that whole Blockbuster analogy is technology evolves, and being able to be at the forefront whenever those technology shifts happen. Some of them sound crazy at first, right? Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Some people call it magic internet money, right? It seems strange. It seems odd. It seems like, how can something like that have value? But when you understand how the current monetary system works, you understand how the current banking system works, and what the true purpose and actions taken by the Federal Reserve are, and then you understand the premise of why is cryptocurrency different? What problems does it solve? It's eye-opening. It's something that you realize this is going to be a paradigm shift for the world, and we're already seeing it. Banks and governments are already talking about creating their own cryptocurrency, and some of them have already done it. They're missing the whole point of decentralization and how that centralization of power has led to abuse really since the beginning of time, right? Anytime power is centralized, it leads to abuse, neglect, fraud, all these different things. So That's why decentralization is key. But it just shows you they understand the threat, they understand what it means. And for us, cryptocurrency is giving back freedom. It's giving back the freedom to be able to, in the basic form, just be able to transact with one another peer to peer. The one word I love the most about it is permissionless, right? I don't need permission. I don't need a bank to say it's okay for me to spend my money. I don't need Visa or a MasterCard or any other processing company to say it's okay to spend my money, or PayPal to say it's okay to spend my money. Let's face it, people's bank accounts have been frozen for stuff that's not illegal, right? People's PayPal accounts have been frozen for stuff that's not illegal. So while you think we have a payment system that works, if that power gets abused, people can be hurt. People that are doing legitimate things that should have free access to their money are being blocked. And it may not have happened to you or anybody you know yet, but it's happening. It's happened, and there's always the chance it can happen more. And cryptocurrency gives us that freedom to take it back. So there's going to be some huge announcements coming with Unchained University. So make sure you go to unchaineduniversity.com and just enter. Right now, it's just an email capture. It doesn't ask for your name, anything else, just an email capture. And you can basically just get on the mailing list. I have no emails keyed up to send out right now, but as we do, those updates will be sent out, and that's really all you're going to get. You're not going to get spammed. Your email's not going to get sent anywhere else. It's basically going to be used for me to notify everybody whenever the platform launches, and just extend your education. Continue to learn and grasp more. And in the meantime, follow podcasts like this one or other cryptocurrency podcasts, and make sure you keep up with what's going on in the news. Right, and I don't mean on CNN or CNBC or Fox. I mean, we all know that all those news sites are biased. Many of them are biased, against cryptocurrency for the most part, and some of them just kind of go whichever way the wind blows. When Bitcoin was hot and rising a couple months ago, wasn't an uptrend. They were talking good about it. Now that it's going down, they're talking bad about it, right? So go into CoinDesk or Cointelegraph websites and really learn what's going on in the crypto space. Some of the stuff may not make sense, and some of the articles are not worth reading, but you can really pick out what's going on, what's being developed, and that really is going to keep you to keep your eyes on the prize to realize how big this really is, right? Hundreds and hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars are being pumped into infrastructure to establish more adoption of cryptocurrency. That would not be happening if this were not a big deal. And you can see it happening. I saw it happen all through 2018 when so many people were talking about price action and Bitcoin was crashing, Bitcoin was dead, cryptocurrencies were dying. Sure, the market prices were going down, but the infrastructure going in was just absolutely phenomenal. The market infrastructure was huge, regardless of what the market price is. At the end of 2017, cryptocurrency was highly overvalued. Yes, it was a bubble. It popped. We saw a massive run up, and really, it was necessary to have that correction over 2018. And then at the end of 2018, people realized cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in general, was undervalued. It was below what it should be, and that's why we saw the rise in price. So that's kind of what's happening in the cycle of cryptocurrency. But plug in, learn what's going on, and really just make sure you're constantly keeping up with what's going on, and don't be blind to what's going on in the media. The media is giving attention to certain things, and they're intentionally not giving attention to other things. And what I mean by this, so if you look at a week ago, over a period of 4 days, and this is not the first time it's happened, it's probably not going to be the last time it happened, but what happened over a period of, say, 4 days, the Federal Reserve basically infused, and I say infused, they printed over $250 billion out of thin air and infused that, basically loaned it to the banks overnight because the banks didn't have the liquidity. Now, the fact that banks needed to borrow $250 billion should be concerning to everybody. Is that a sign that we've got financial crisis coming? Not alone or independently, but it's definitely something to be concerned about. That's why cryptocurrency, gold and silver, are some of your hedges against this massive inflation. I mean, an institution that can, out of thin air, print $250 billion. Now, remember, Federal Reserve is not a federal entity. They're not a government entity. They basically print money and then charge interest to loan it out. And whenever they need more, they print more, right? So they're debasing the value of the U.S. dollar. And so they don't reserve anything. So they didn't have this cash sitting in reserves. They basically just created it, give the banks liquidity, and the banks borrowed it. And the fact that the banks would need to borrow that is a big problem, because, and the reason they did that is because there's a market going on where banks borrow money from each other. And the problem is there was so little liquidity within the banks that they were charging extremely high interest rates to other banks to borrow their money, which is a problem. It's concerning because the only reason they would need to charge that much is because they don't have a lot available, or they need to try to add more liquidity themselves. So, you'll probably hear more about this happening in the future. Just something to keep an eye on. But pay attention to what's going on and understand that cryptocurrency is something that can drastically change that. It can give the power, take the power that's been abused by governments and financial institutions, and give it back to the people where it should be. We're seeing it in third world countries, not third world countries, let's just say countries that have experienced hyperinflation through government fraud, government manipulation, right? Venezuela, Zimbabwe, places where they've seen their fiat, their government issued currency just go to zero, to where you can have, I mean, in Venezuela, there's pictures of just dollar bills laying in the street, right? Within that, people have created their own micro economies utilizing Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Like in Venezuela, they use Bitcoin, they use Dash to be able to exchange value outside of the currency that their government created and failed them. And that's the power, the true power of cryptocurrency, right? You can create your own ecosystem, peer to peer. Don't need any kind of permission or regulation to be able to say, I can buy this from you and I can pay you with this, and you have trust that the value is going to be there. So that's what it is when it comes to that. So again, last time I'm going to plug it, unchaineduniversity.com. Make sure you get on our email list. That way we can keep you up to date. Whenever the platform goes live fully, there will be some special offers that won't ever be seen again. And remember, I said you can earn as you learn, so you'll be able to earn money, earn cryptocurrency as you participate in the program. So hope this was good for you. I want to thank everybody for listening in, and we will catch you on the next episode.